guys, thanks for stopping back by the channel and checking out another episode of Hi-Ho Silver. This time it's hunting with Hi-Ho. We get to check out a beautiful permission, and it's nearly 100 years old. You're going to see all the trash, all the treasure, so let's go see what we found.
Okay guys, here we are at a beautiful 1926 permission. This is right down in the area of town that I love to go to. Literally 100 years old, this home. And we're going to see if we can't find something shiny. Start by doing the normal, which is getting my noise cancellation done there. Go through the rest of my settings. Swing speed 10, volume 2. I'm in 60 tones, although it doesn't say that right there. Skip down here to the audio. Oh, we'll go to the audio because I don't have my headphones on. Go. Well, it's connecting up. Okay, so now we're on 2. Coming up here, I was getting a lot of, well, I thought it was going to be a lot of EMI, but I think it's just because I was going up the sidewalk there. And don't always start on the side of the house here. I like to start on the sidewalk as it comes out of the house there, but the way this is laid out, it actually would be a big corner lot, but the parking lot actually goes, or the sidewalk, excuse me, goes right through it. So the lot itself is pretty cut off. This does not sound like a good target, guys. Oh, it's a razor blade. Good thing for the gloves right off the bat. You wouldn't want to be cutting yourself up very first target. I'm a big believer in those gloves, guys. I know I'm not getting all the probiotic benefit I could, but gloves and knee pads are a must for me. I even use the gloves when I'm on the beach. It just makes me feel comfortable. So this is a 1926 permission. I have no idea if it's ever been done before, but the owner was quite nice. And now when I pulled up, they're not here, so don't know if we'll expect them or not. Here we go, guys. There's a bullet. Bullet to start the day. I wouldn't call that an old one at all, but it's like, I'm going to say a 38 cal, but not real strong on my knowledge there about bullets and guns and other stuff. Most everything I know about it is stuff I've learned from metal detecting. So anyway, one in the keeper bag, although and it is so nice out, guys. It's just hard to, this is like a chamber of commerce kind of a day. That's a little bit of what I'd call trash there. A different target here. This one sounds much more like a penny. Yeah, I think I might have even heard it. That's not a good sign when you can hear it from your shovel. 100 years of history right under our feet. Yeah, it's got that coin kind of a sound. That is a penny for sure, and a wheat penny. Ooh, that could be a good sign. We haven't gone far at all. We've had several targets already, and one of them's a weedy. It would not bother me a bit if this yard hadn't ever been done before. There was another shallow target right in there. Yeah, this one sounds a lot like trash, but that's some sort of piece of Bazinga. Alright. One weedy in the books. Come to Papa. Another ugly kind of signal here. So the last couple of full hunts, a couple of videos, two of them, interestingly enough, actually wanted the stuff I found. So I will be returning shortly with just a piece of junk. I think. Come here. Yep. Bazinga. Okay. Anyway, what I was trying to say was I'll be doing some returning, and one gal was really actually saying she was quite interested in learning how to hunt and how to metal detect. So if she's serious about it, I'm going to show her. I'm going to show her, all right? But a lot of people say that they're interested, and then it turns out they're mildly interested, but not ready to commit to a time or the amount of time it actually takes to find this stuff. So, which is perfectly fine. This leaves more for us, right? Alright, come on. Let this be a day where we're finding targets on our first dig every time. Yeah, this one wasn't a very nice signal, but... Oh, look at this, guys. That's our old friend, and it wasn't a nice signal because that thing was straight up and down. Now watch this as I pull it out of the hole here, guys. That thing was straight up and down. That is an old house key, and I would be very surprised if it wasn't from the 30s or 40s. That is one for the hi-ho cycle for sure, guys. I'll be able to get a date range off of it. Oh, I love the old keys, and guess what? That was one for the hi-ho cycle. Starting to get more and more confidence about this permission. Not that that was a real great signal, but that I'm gonna be finding some stuff today. That would be way, way, way cool. One for the hi-ho cycle in the bag already. I haven't even got to the sidewalk yet. There's 2 surface targets there. I think I see that one. Yeah, it's a piece of a fence. This probably is too, but we'll figure both of them out here. That one's going in the trash bag. Yep, just some junk. Which is exactly what the legend said it was. Cool. As I was getting my gear on, I couldn't park right in front of this particular home. The way the parking goes, it's not very conducive to it. This is just another piece of that junk fence. Anyway, there was I saw a neighbor out over there, so I'm going to keep my eyes open because getting permissions from neighbors is awesome. Yep. At some point there must have been a cap for a chain link fence or something along those lines right here, and somebody ran over it with the mower. I think that's the 5th or 6th piece of it I pulled out of there, and they sound so good that you can't just, well, I mean, heck, you can let anything go, but I don't tend to until it's been proven to me a lot more times than now that I need to swing over that. If you can hear that staccato sound there, guys, that's just a surefire sign of a surface target. Yeah, that's it right there. Yep. I think I must have missed putting it in my bag. Which can happen. Hi-ho silver. Alright. There's something else down there, but it's got the exact same kind of whoop whoop sound. And I want to see if there's something shiny along this sidewalk here. This sidewalk coming in and out of the house. Sure sounds like more of that trash. Buzzinger. Yeah, I've got a cheater pile over here too, guys. Now that was dirt right where I dug there, so it's just going to look like dirt when I cover it back up. But if I end up getting a little frisky or sloppy or something with one of my others, I got these piles of, we call them gumballs. I don't remember what kind of tree they're from, but boy, they're just, people around here just can't stand them. Well, this definitely has that sound of a aluminum foil trash, but it's also in the nickel range. So Let's just see what we're on about there. Oh, that looks round, guys. That is round because it's a nickel. Could we get an old nickel right off the bat, huh? That is a Jefferson nickel. But it's a nickel. That legend sure called it out. It sure did. Another nice thing was when I was getting this permission originally, I told the guy I would take really good care of his yard, and he could just care less. He was not worried about that part at all. Well, this is in and out of that nickel range, and but I think it's just going to be more of that same trash we've been pulling up. But I hope I'm wrong. It's trash, but it's got a little etching. Oh, it's a pencil eraser. Those will fool you too. I'm just one of those guys, I gotta dig them. Got to dig them. Hi-ho, silver. Ooh. That one's got a much nicer tone, guys. Now it could be down in that penny range, but it was kind of jumping back and forth there. So let's landing on a penny now mostly. Let's see what we've got. That's a penny, no doubt, and I think it's a Wheatie. Second Wheatie. Yeah, how about that? 2 Wheaties. Nice. There is the odd yard. Remember, I do these permissions in the 20s and 30s a lot, right? And there is the odd yard where I will get way more wheats than I will memorials or Zinkins. So, sure wouldn't bother me if that was one of those today. If you remember, I showed, I don't, for whatever reason, just don't do a lot of the wrap-ups that show all the different finds and that kind of thing. But anyway, the one I did with that silver dollar, that lady was so nice, and so I wanted to show her what I'd found. If you look at that other pile of pennies there was maybe there must have been 30 pennies, and all but 3 or 4 of them were wheats. No IHPs, but all the rest of them were wheats. So that does happen once in a while. This is an ugly signal, guys. Hoping. It's right there, but it feels like it's either on its side or just, yeah. See this here, guys? Check this out. This white corrosion here, oxidation, that's just a surefire sign that that's a piece of aluminum that's been in the ground a long time. The ones that do it the worst like that are like pieces of chain link fence and that kind of thing. They've been in the ground a long time and they just oxidize that way. So I don't know if this particular property owner is going to come home while I'm here or not, but if they don't, I'm going to leave them a note, as is my custom, and I am hoping that they'll be quite surprised that there was anyone in their yard, because they won't be able to tell a darn thing. And we'll just see how that goes. All right. There's been a lot of targets so far, guys. Just nothing silver yet, but so far a lot of stuff to swing over. All right, guys. Got a couple targets here. That one is off the charts. So I suspect this one is a piece of trash, but let's just see what we got here first. That other one is ringing off the hook. If it's silver, it's going to be something really cool. But sight unseen that big, I'd say trash or toy car. Cool. Yeah, penny. Good old zinking. Good old zinking, just like the legend said. Okay, guys. Let's figure out what that other thing is. Like I said, my money's on toy car or a piece of trash, but it is ringing up quite loud. Overload kind of loud, which could happen on a big coin or something like that if it's real shallow and right up next to a. Look at that, guys. 45, 55 that way. 54 that way. Oh my. Let's keep our fingers crossed here, guys. Hi-ho, silver. Hi-ho, hey. All you lonely ones. Alright, here by this. Oh, there we go. It's just exactly what I was telling you before. See all that white down there, guys? That's a piece of aluminum. And oh, it's still got some sort of wiring or something going to it. Yeah. I really want to get rid of that, guys, but I can't seem to sever it from the wire, so just going to cover it back up. And that piece of trash isn't doing anybody any good right there, but anyway. No problem. Like I said, big overload signal like that's easily trash or a toy car. And in this case, it's trash, and if I had my pliers on me or something like that, I would take care of that, but it's just going to have to be the way it is. All right. A little bit of a false alarm there. Okay, it's the exact same thing, guys. This is going to be the it's going to be a part of a defunct sprinkler system. Much as I want to dig that and prove it, I'm just going to let them have at it. There it is again. So that's just the kind of thing you learn, guys, as you do this around. That you know, you might dig the first one and it might seem real good and all that, but if a pattern is established and like that, I mean, even though it's defunct, see, there's the ugly target right there, but there's some more of that irrigation line. Old, and I'm not, may well be decorative lighting too, because I didn't see any sort of water pipes going to it. There's just some sort of electrical line, so it's probably lighting. But that's the thing you got to be on the lookout for. And I think I described for you guys one time before that I had a situation where I did put my, that's a nice deep, that one's not ringing up ferrous or non-ferrous, so could be just about anything. I'd say it's probably a relatively deep penny. And that's ringing up pretty nice. Anyway, if you do happen to, which is very rare, especially if you're careful, but if you do happen to damage something, then just fess up, you know, let the homeowner know what happened, and then do your very best to remedy the situation. That's just the price of doing business. That is Weedy number 3. Weedy number 3. Very nice. Thank you, sweetheart. It's okay if you give up something shiny too. But that is Weedy number 3. Now this yard really goes a long ways parallel to the house this direction. And then over on this side is the part that's in between the, so I think I'm going to be doing that part first. As far as the rest of the front yard goes after I get done by the sidewalk here. But boy, considering the number of targets I've had so far, and just in the couple of swaths that I've up one side of the sidewalk and down the other, I might be in this yard a while, guys. It might be a 2-dayer. This one's in that fuzzy penny range, zinc and penny range, but it sounds a little fuzzier than that, actually. I'm surprised if it's something else. There's definitely something else, and looks to me like it might have been a piece of a toy car or a cap gun or something. It's got that kind of a pot metal feel to it, but I don't recognize it right off the bat. Might just be trash, but that's what it looks like there. I love how the legend, especially in the 60 tones, it'll really call that out. It just like, yeah, this is kind of a round signal, but makes it just a little bit fuzzier. You just can't hear the tone quite as true. And so in the end, you can actually kind of figure out some of the stuff you're swinging over. Looks like I missed something there. Might even be a penny. No, that's just another piece of that. Yeah, I broke that. I didn't even see it. Yep, so I don't know what that is. But I broke it, so I'm glad it's not anything of real value. Same kind of thing here, guys. Could be a penny, but maybe something else. Doesn't ring up just a little fuzzier than something completely round would, but who knows? Yeah, I think it's more of that chain link fence. More of that aluminum nonsense. So, down here back to the end of this, the start of this sidewalk going up to the house. So I'm going to go back over my tracks a little bit, kind of cut this yard off some and move on up towards the house. Boy, it is just so nice out today. Really gorgeous. Look here, guys. Got hi-ho silver on my shovel. Got it dirty already. The dirty shovel's a good sign. This sounds a lot like a pull tab, modern pull tab. Well, I was wrong. I said modern, well, it's not modern, but it is pull tab. Good old beaver tail. And we've got something else in there, couple inches away from that one. You can see the grass is growing in here, guys, but it's so sparse it's almost like digging in dirt. Almost. Yeah, it's all over the place. I'm getting ferrous and non-ferrous signals, so I suspect this is a bottle cap. Bottle cap or piece of trash. Well, it's ringing up much better now, and whatever it is, it's still in the plug. Yep, that's a penny. Penny right there. That one rang up quite weird, and that is Weedy number 4. Beauty. Beauty. Weedy number 4. After the Weedies come the silvers. Something right there. You can get all of this one. Not sure if I got something still in the plug or not. I'm not real enamored with the signal, but there is something down there, guys. Need to check my machine and get back up. Yep, there it is right there. Whatever it is, it's right there. That was another vertical penny. Vertical penny and a vertical. It's either a Weedy or Memorial. Weedy number 5. Thank you very much. Pennies rang up weird in that hole. That can happen. And there was another signal not far from there, so sometimes those can influence the way the detector reads, and other times you get that stuff out of the hole and swing back over, and then you can hear what's actually down there. But doesn't sound good at all, but it's metallic. It's bringing back a report for sure. stinking pull tab. Or as the Tech Florida would say, on the frickin' pull tab. Many holes as I dig, guys, I actually don't get that high of a percentage of pull tabs. I mean, I definitely get them for sure. And I would say I have about a 5, somewhere between a 5 to 10 to 1 ratio of beaver tail pull tabs to modern pull tabs, which is a very nice issue because those modern ones, boy, they can just get, it can get so old. There's another one, guys, that just, man, what a crappy signal. On that 15 kilohertz. It's just not for me. Oh, look here, guys. That was a nickel, a very shallow nickel. Jefferson nickel. But a nickel nonetheless. Yeah, I got some coins going in the bag, but no quarters, no dimes that I can remember. So this may be a sign, guys, where somebody came through and was just looking for silver and high tones, and they that certainly can happen. But nobody gets everything, and even at that, even if they did get 90% of the high tones, there is no guarantee that what they passed up might not be a very cool relic or a piece of gold or something. So let me just come in here and find that, clean up after him if that's what happened. No, it looks like I'm just retracing my steps, guys, but I'm trying to cut the lawn off a little bit so I can square it up some. And because this lawn is definitely not symmetric. Some people really like the meandering about and that kind of thing, and I really don't. I want to go to the areas where I think it's going to be stuff first, the best chance of having things that I'm looking for, and then after that I want to do it like I'd be mowing the lawn and just make it as oh, look here, guys. That is a key sticking out of the ground. Oh, that is not only a key, that's a whole bunch of keys. Yeah, somebody was real disappointed when they lost this one. That shape is not real, normally going to be real old, but definitely one for the hi-ho cycle. And if my memory serves, I think the guy that lives here said he'd been here about 10 years. Now that's in the ground much likely a lot longer than 10 years, but I'll show it to him, see if he recognizes it. The one of the very last videos I did, a gal recognized that key, and we cleaned it off, and doggone it, it worked right on her garage door. It was very cool. Another low to mid tone. Yeah. That's starting to give me back a lousy report now. Like it's not a completely non-ferrous target. Alright, what are we doing here, guys? Yeah, I think I might have just chopped it in half. Oh, that's another nickel. I'm ready for an old one. It's another Jefferson. That legend is a nickel getter, I'm telling you. It is a nickel getter. Alright. A nickel getter. Gonna have to be digging those midtones because somebody has left me some nickels here for sure. Or there's nickels in the ground here for sure. Whether someone's left them for me or not. Here's a thing that happens once in a while. I'm not 100% sure why. Sometimes it's when I leave and walk away and get some water or something or other. My headphones become disengaged and they become off a little bit from swinging over your target, and it ends up being to where you can't, just isn't a good report into my headphones from the coil. So usually just start them over again. When that happens, that fixes them right back up again, and then I just need to remember to put it on 2 so I have the audio. Sounds like an ugly penny. So I can have the audio go into both my headphones and my speaker, so we can both hear at the same time. And one of the things, I apologize if I keep repeating myself about things, but one of the things that happens for me is I really like to hunt with headphones, but I'm almost always in places that I'm a little unfamiliar with. I mean, I know the area, but I don't know this house or these neighbors or who's what, very pedestrian area, that kind of thing. So I like having one ear with the headphones on and then one ear open, if you will. No, that's not exactly the right way of describing it, but that way I can hear both things. I can hear most of what's happening around me, and I can hear most of what the detector's trying to tell me. And I think it might be trying to tell me about another nickel. Seems like that's about all we've had in this yard is nickels. Nickels and wheat pennies. Nope, that's not a nickel. That is our junky piece of aluminum. But you gotta dig those midtones. Gotta kiss a lot of frogs, guys. Gold ring will not ring up as significantly different than that. So and by the way, the crow flies, I'm about 2,500 yards probably, maybe not that far, 2 blocks from where I got that gold ring on one side of the street and a platinum ring on the other side of the street. So I definitely like this particular area as a honey hole, as a hunting ground. Okay, got this end kind of squared off now, so I'm gonna do my best to square off that area up there, and then do the rest of this corner down here. The rest of this particular portion of the yard. just all over the place. Sounds like more of that chain link fence. Darn it. Yeah, when I get over it that many times and I can't see it, it's not usually going to be anything real cool. This is another slug. Again, I'd say probably a 38. That one came to an abrupt halt. But since this is such an urban area, I don't automatically default to the idea that it could be something pretty old. I have found Civil War era bullets and buttons in this area, but the bullets for sure, mini balls and that kind of thing, have had a really white patina. Wow, it just sounds so junky. It's gonna be a bottle cap. That's not a bottle cap though, I don't think. That's going to be something relatively shallow. Could be a coin. Could be a toy car. Could be a piece of trash. There's an old tree that was just right here, so a lot of times. Yeah. Junky piece of aluminum. Dadgummit. Hi-ho, silver. So anyway, there's an old tree right here. Sometimes they got some junk around them that was put in there when they were originally planted, like a little metallic ring or something like that. And boy, they'll just fire off on that metal detector. But it's just more of that whole same thing there. Oh, it sounds so good. Until you get over and try to isolate it, and it's just more of that same. Man, it's just ringing up so shallow. So shallow and so high. I think it's just more aluminum. Yeah, again, I think it's exactly what I was talking about. It's just some decorative ring around that. Not decorative, but some sort of keep this planet in place type of thing around that old tree when it was originally planted. And then it's just stayed in the ground. It sure sounds good on that detector though. Wow. Alright guys. There's a bed right there, but I don't think I want to try and get inside of there. This is another one that's a little bit fuzzy, guys. It's in that 43 range, though, and that's several of those Wheaties have been in that 43 range. I wouldn't be real disappointed if one of them might end up being a Indian head. There's something solid down there, guys. I don't think that's something I'm trying to get after. No. I see it white, and it's not something I want to mess with. it will live to fight another day. All right. It's another thing too, guys. One of the reasons you want to dig stuff and pull it out of the ground, even if it's trash, is because you're going to be the one end up swinging over it again, and it'll just fool you again, right? So there's actually a self-serving reason to have that taken care of by just pulling it out of the ground and sticking it in your bag or throwing it back in the truck or whatever. But if you don't do it that way, then you're going to want to make mental notes about what place you heard a good tone but didn't dig it up. Otherwise you'd be chasing your tail a little bit. Alright, boy, hard for me to pass up those kind of signals. And I've got this squared off. Just going to follow the sidewalk all the way around here and down the driveway until we get this particular one cordoned off. Sounds like a surface penny. That's because it's a surface penny. Good old zinking. Sure sounds like another one right there, guys. Another zinking, but we're gonna investigate. One more zinking. Well, I might have caught up now. I think I had 5 wheat pennies before. I think I might be evened up out now on the yeah, I'm convinced that's trash, guys, but swung over it enough times. I'm gonna go get it out of there and satisfy myself that it's a piece of aluminum. That is not a piece of aluminum. Oh, that's very cool. This looks like an old, like an Art Deco era drawer pull or something that has a little bitty handle like on a jewelry box or something. That's pretty cool. I doubt if I can identify it exactly, but there you go, guys. I was convinced I didn't want it. I'm still not 100% sure I want it, but it was not just a piece of aluminum, for sure. Gotta stop talking myself out of that stuff. All right. You pass up targets at your own peril. Right by the driveway there, I have visions of that being a moving day casualty, but who knows? And that sounds like zinking also. One zinking. Man, oh man, what a nice day. What a nice day to be in this part of town treasure hunting. Sounds a little more like a memorial. And that is not a memorial. That is a washer. Sometimes these will fool you too. You gotta clean them up because they can be like a tax token or something like that. That one sure looks like a washer though. I'll put it in a keeper bag, but I don't hold much hope for that one. Not much hope for that one. And there are junky signals all over the place. Maybe it's our second drawer pull. Nope. Oh, look at there, guys. Now these are actually pretty cool in my book. This is an old kid's play knife. Now I'm not going to worry about trying to clean it right now. Once in a while it'll have something stamped on it, you know, what the name of the toy was or whatever, but that's an old butter knife. Kids play butter knife. I think I see a little etching on the handle there. And that's going to be, you know, right out of probably the 40s or 50s. I love those. Love the toys. I think I want to do on the hi-ho cycle is change that to, instead of reading a toy car, just to let it read a toy. That way any kind of toy, including a toy knife, could qualify. So I'm so weak with my photo editing ability, though. It took me hours to make the ones I have right now, so I'm not crazy about changing them. But let's just let that one count for the hi-ho cycle. Again, quite ugly, guys, but maybe we've got ourselves a little nickel spill here, who knows. Come on out of there, Mr. Buffalo. Can you move that, guys? A couple videos ago, I got a buffalo out of the hole. Son of a gun had an Indian head on both sides. That is crazy. I've never seen anything like that. When I looked it up to try to identify it exactly, it didn't say it was actually worth very much. Completely a novelty thing. Worth more than that piece of junk, though. So anyway, that was one that the homeowner wanted, so I'll be delivering it back over there pretty soon. So I've done about 3/4 of this particular piece of the yard by the sidewalk. And I'm going to finish that and then do the north side over there of the sidewalk between the garage. I see that neighbor out there too again. I'm going to go introduce myself, but anyway, I'll go do that. Then I'll work on that big piece of the other piece of the front yard. I haven't even started on the back. I haven't even really kind of considered, if you will. Man, boy, we just had the junkiest signals. Much at all. Yeah, it's reading up, it's giving me that Ferris report too often, and I don't like the signal because I had to tear the yard up to try to find it. So this one is one that's just going to stay in there. Remain a mystery. And it could be another one of those kid spoons or a real live fork or something, but it just doesn't feel like it. Feels like a long piece of trash. So I want to remember that when I come back this way. There's a half decent signal there that I'm just not gonna. Well, it still sounds like junk, but it sounds like a little more isolated junk than the others. So let's see what we might have here. Could be a nickel. Not with that kind of report, though. Not likely. What are you? Oh, look at you. Check that out, guys. That is very cool. That is, looks to me like an old button. So put together here. I'll just figure it out. But I do think that's the top half of a two-piece button. You can see the design on there, guys, but alright, well, I'll clean it up better, but I would say that's the top half of an old button. It's got a really cool round dome shape, so could have been an apparel button. It could have been like an upholstery button or something, but it's got a cool design on it. That's an artifact that's going in the keeper bag. Hopefully it cleans up nicely. There you go. Passing over those junky signals in. Need to be ready, dude. Sounds like a tone more like what I'm looking for. Wispy Deep 45. Probably an old penny. But once in a while, those dimes will ring up in that tone too. Nice, still in the hole. Which I think means it was relatively deep. Sometimes relatively deep means relatively old. Sometimes. Now it's not ringing up near as much like a coin as I thought it was going to. Oh, there it is right there. Memorial penny. Put it all back together. But before we swing over it, before we put it back together, I'm going to swing over it. Just like the metal detecting mermaid tells me I ought to do. Alright. Yeah, just a few more passes now, guys. On this portion of that yard. Another one just all over. But it has my curiosity up enough that I want to. Well, it's a surefire sign, guys. Swing over that thing and you don't get a hit on it until you get over on the side of it. It's likely junk. Oh, look at there, guys. I said junk, right? This looks to me like a teeny tiny lock. How about that? Ooh, it's got a little stamp on one end of it. How neat is that? I should be able to identify that for sure. And, well, I love the locks and keys. That's a cool little find. And, would not surprise me a bit if that wasn't pretty old. Neat. Neat, neat, neat. Sounds like a zinking. Crusty old zinking. Only 3/4 of it's even there. Yeah, guys, I'm getting a lot of targets. I mean, a lot of targets, and almost none of it up. And haven't gotten any quarters, no dimes. Evidence is mounting that this is a yard that's been done before. Doesn't mean there isn't stuff you can't find, but to find a half a dozen wheat pennies, locks and keys, but no silver, it's a little odd. Man, guys, I say no silver, but dude, that sounds pretty nice right there. That's ringing up 51, which a lot of times is a clad quarter on this machine, but it was so deep and wispy that could be something different than a clad. Oh yeah, nice hole, nice plug you made there, knucklehead. Yeah, doggone it, I see it right here, and I believe we're gonna find that is a eagleback clad quarter. Eagleback clad quarter. First one of those. Kind of odd. Kind of odd, but legend snipped that bad boy out. Legend snipped that bad boy right out of there. Yep. This is my last downhill pass. Make one more uphill pass, and we're going to get on the other side of that sidewalk there. What are you going to be? You're going to be something still in the hole. Oh, look here, guys. Check this out. Oh, boy. I like these two. I guess I'm telling you that I love everything that comes out of the ground, right? But that is a piece of an old pocket knife, and actually I think that might be something different. I don't think that's that's not a pocket knife, guys. That's I believe that's the lead end of a fish tape or something that was used for that, something like that, that was allowing you to pull wire through a conduit or a pipe or something. I believe that's what that is. Well, at first glance, it sure looked like an old, decrepit pocket knife. I know 5 Mile likes those pocket knives, but haven't seen him today, or I should say I haven't heard him today. Haven't heard a siren once, so he must not be around here. Alright. Okay. Got that one out of the hole. Now I'm getting a different kind of a target, almost the same type of signal, about 12 inches from it. I don't remember hearing that before. Either didn't ring up that way before. I think that's going to be an old penny, guys. It either didn't ring up that way before, or that could have been that piece of metal there. Had a little, just enough of an influence on it, the way I was swinging, that it didn't ring up the same way. There we go. Another weedy in the books. Way cool. Another weedy in the books. Yeah, definitely like the wheat pennies. It's actually worth talking about too, because I'm so bad with my dates, guys, on the coins. I mean, you know, I give away silver every Monday night, and I could have easily given away a key date coin or something that actually might be of some legitimate value besides just the silver content, and I really wouldn't even have any idea. I'm just not an expert at it. I haven't really wanted to even try to take the time to learn too much about it, but the reason I say that is because, number one, if you're watching this video, start watching on Monday night, you can win some silver. But the point I'm trying to make really is that I have, God, I know it's 2,500, and maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think so. I got a lot of wheat pennies, guys, a bunch, and easily 75 to 80% of them, I've never even checked the dates. I know it's awful to tell on myself, but this is going to be another weedy, hopefully. Maybe this will be an IHP. So what I did, guys, is, you know how I like to give away the hi-ho cycle, and that's a wheat penny and then a quarter nickel dime, all from a war year, right? So what I did was I searched through my wheat pennies looking for 42, 43, 44, 45, and no other dates. So I mean, I don't even know what I've got. And so if somebody's really into the, hey, look here, we got a little penny spill, guys. That's 3. Cool. 3 coins. One of them's a nickel, but it's a Jefferson. One of them, that's a Wheatie, and that's a Wheatie. So a Jefferson and 2 Wheaties in that spill. Way cool. So and another thing is, I don't know what nickels. The only ones I keep are like the Buffaloes and the war nickels, and of course whenever I luck into a V, still haven't got a shield yet, but I'll bet I've given the bank cashing in my clad some valuable nickels, if there's any valuable nickels besides the ones I just described, because I haven't been keeping any of them. So my overture to you is, if you're really into it, really want to save all those wheat pennies or any of the other coins that have unearthed that I haven't really kept a real nice track of, I'm willing to talk turkey. I'm not going to give them away for free, but if we wanted to work some sort of a deal out for you identifying them and cleaning them, and I get something back or whatever, just something like that, yeah, I'm all ears for an option there. Hey guys, haven't dug one of these in a while. This is a Missouri tax token. And if you can see it, boy, I mean, it's just in such bad shape. They made those out of zinc, and it's such a shame because there's a bunch of them in the ground around here. In 6 years, I bet I've dug better than 100, and but they just don't hold up. And it's so cool to get an Oklahoma tax token or a Kansas tax token or something like that, because it's right out of the 1930s, truly. But but it's just trash out of the 1930s, because that zinc just does not hold up. We get the owners coming home. Hey guys.
How's it going?
Very well, thanks. How are you doing?
Good. I've forgotten the name. Ed?
Ed, yes, thanks.
Yeah.
Manny, I wasn't going to forget that one. Good to see you there. Sorry, man, I'm all jacked up. Hi Hi, Ed Rogers. I want to show you
This
actually.
is my wife, Trish.
Trish.
You lock that?
Looks like it must be St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, we just parade downtown. So we
Gotcha. So this is the quick glance, and I'm gonna. This is the trash pile. I have a trash bag and a treasure bag. This was like a lead on an old fish tape or something like. Oh yeah.
Oh, look at that.
This is kind of normal trash. I haven't found anything real valuable in your yard, but I literally have only just done this particular area. But you can see. Oh yeah, cool. But you can see how many targets are down there. So you got to be a dork like me, but.
Targets.
Yeah, look at
that.
Huh? This is a group of keys, and I found a couple of other keys in there too. Wow. Now they probably are too old and junky. They might actually fit your front door, but
check. But
I'll clean them up, and if they're of use to you, great. This is an old this is an old kid's play knife, like a like a kid's set, right? Yeah. So this is probably 1940s for sure. Cool right here. Yeah, this is an old button. This is the top half. Oh, I got you.
Looks like an acorn. You better watch.
Yeah, exactly. This is the top half of an old two-piece button. This is probably an Art Deco or in that era, maybe 30s or something like that. Now this is a very vintage key here. This will be, you can identify the keys by the stamping on them, and this will be from the 30s or 40s for sure. Yep.
How cool is that?
Yeah. This is an old, like a drawer pull or.
Oh, that would have.
We're missing one.
Yeah. Hey, I'll clean it up, or if you want to take it that way, you're welcome.
I ended up getting one on eBay.
It
cool.
Exactly.
Right.
It was for my daughter.
If it would be of use to you, I'd love for you to have it.
Yeah,
but anyway.
but it was off of an old sewing table. It was
right. That's what I thought. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
I found quite a few what they call wheat pennies.
Yeah.
Meaning that they're were minted from 1958 to 1909.
Super tiny.
Yeah, that's actually a dime, probably. No, that's it. That's a penny. So you can tell it.
Does that say 1 cent?
It does say 1 cent on the back. I don't know if you can see it that way. That's a sure sign of wheat. So there's there's wheat shocks all the way around it. Right. And I'm a Missouri guy, so wheat shocks are just trash.
That's right.
But anyway, one cool thing I found, which I will be able to identify, is this old lock. And I'll bet it's from. I bet it's very old. You can see there's some writing on one side of it. And I will be able to identify that.
Is this a key?
We're in the information age.
Like
I'm almost sure there's no
kind of a look to it, or maybe it's just rusted.
No, well,
bumpy?
Okay. So exactly. So what will happen here is this is a brass or a very nice non-ferrous metal. The hasp itself is probably just kind of a junky metal, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's corroded over time. Yeah. And it's actually probably just dirt right in the middle there. Yeah. So that's the hasp. But anyway, the idea here is that was an old lock that somebody used for something. And we'll be able to identify it. And the locks are very collectible. Locks and keys are very collectible. I have not found any silver. I've only found 1 quarter.
Oh, really?
And what it's leading me to believe, because this is a lot of things to find, plus the trash, and I've only just done this section of the yard, right? Wow. So
I bet that corner. I'm guessing that corner could be.
I bet it'll be good, but I think somebody's done your yard already and came in and cherry picked the real nice signals.
Really?
Because there's so many. Like I've got like 8 or 9, well, probably 7 or 8 wheat pennies in here. Normally when I find those wheat pennies in those years, 1909 to 1959, if I find a dime, it's a silver dime. If I find a quarter, it's a silver quarter.
Right.
So I think somebody may have already been through here at some point and kind of cherry picked the targets a little bit.
We were saying you should check our backyard too. Yeah. The thing is, we have a friend getting ready to come over with a dog, and we're going to put back there and let him run around and play. But,
right. I'm actually.
I don't know if you'll get to that today anyway.
But
exactly. I'm not.
Go ahead. He was digging up something and discovered a brick path by that.
Oh, cool.
And I'm like, what?
In the backyard?
By that little shed right there. That's my art studio.
Yeah.
And just to we've got a walkway that leads out to it. Well, I didn't realize that the walkway continues underneath the shed. So when somebody built that shed before we moved,
just cover stuff up,
they must have just covered it up because I was raking and trying to level it out.
It's very kind of you guys to let me poke around. I really appreciate that. Cool. And any of this stuff that you want, you're welcome to it. Let me clean it up and get it on my channel correctly and all that.
Yeah.
But so my intention today is to finish this part, do the north side of the walk there, and as much of the front yard as I can get to. I've only got about another hour.
Yeah.
And then at some point I'll come back and finish that up and do the backyard.
Yeah, I was
Cool.
going to say, I'm interested to see
Yeah.
what you find over
Yeah,
in the corner.
and plus, and you have a real big, unlike most yards, you have a real big easement over there to the road.
Yeah.
And who knows? I mean,
supposedly, we own this. That's what that we were told is we're responsible for taking care of
But
that.
we don't own
Right.
that.
This is the.
so you're responsible for taking care of it, but anybody gets to do anything they want to.
You know what? I used to mow it.
Yeah.
And it takes
look
a
at
while.
The
Oh, it does. It
the
does.
gumballs are
Oh
terrible, so.
yeah. Well, your yard is remarkably free of gumballs, by the way.
Well, that's right.
Get a little sweat equity in that, do you?
See my
Yeah, I saw them around. Yeah, for sure. Hey, thanks,
All right,
guys.
well, have
Happy
fun.
St. Patrick's Day. I appreciate
you
it.
too.
Hey, you made it all the way to the end. Thank you for that. Really appreciate you hanging in there and checking out another episode of Hunting with Hi-Ho. We got to see all the trash, all the treasure, the cool bits, the ones that might have a little history, that kind of thing. I'll clean up all those finds and you'll see them on a Monday Digs video. So be sure to tune into that. By the way, we give away silver every Monday night on Hi-Ho Live. So check it out. Thank you for being here and happy hunting. Big love from Kansas City.